All right, let's get right into it. So officially it is time to admit that hip hop has changed. The landscape has changed. The Drake era is officially over after Kendrick Lamar and SZA's two sold out shows in Toronto, Drake's backyard, this past weekend. All right. Now, first off, to some of the OV hoes who are going to come in these comments and say, well, Kendrick and them, they had to lower the ticket prices and it wasn't really sold out. Here, listen, just check out the screen right here. This is from Google's AI. Yes, both of Kendrick Lamar's Toronto shows at Rogers Center on the Grand National Tour are sold out. According to social media posts, the shows were part of a 2-night stand and the tour is experiencing high demand with additional shows added to other cities like Los Angeles. Fans in Toronto showed a lot of enthusiasm for the shows, particularly for the performance of Not Like Us. And yes, they showed out when Not Like Us was playing, demanding an encore from Kendrick Lamar, as you can see on the screen here. Now, we have to just look at it simply. I know a lot of us have said that, no, Drake, he'll be fine, he'll bounce back. After just viewing things this weekend, I don't think that is the case. And I think it is undeniable that to have your so-called op or opposition come to your own city and get as much love as Kendrick and SZA got this past weekend, we can officially say that it's over for Drake. So let's run down exactly why I say that the Drake era is officially over and it won't be the same ever again, and not even close to him being towards the top of the game. Let's first start with the fact that he was still going to try to cause some kind of tension and disrupt these two shows that Kendrick and SZA had this weekend in Toronto by first planning a stream with Kai Cenat to debut some kind of treatment for a new music video he was gonna have. As we can see on the screen here, Drake to stream Somebody Loves Me, cash giveaway with Kai Cenat during Kendrick Lamar's Toronto show. And then shortly after, we get this news. And Kai Cenat posts on his IG that they need more time with the treatments for Somebody Who Loves Me. So we are pushing the stream back a few more days. Apologies. So of course, they pushed it back past the Toronto show, right? By Kendrick and SZA, past this weekend. Who knows when they're going to do their live stream for that contest. They were giving away free money and had to push it back. That is very interesting. Next, we have the OV Takeover. And I guess this was a protest of the concert that was supposed to happen, where Drake stans were hoping to stage an OVO takeover outside Kendrick Lamar's concert on Thursday night, June 12th, were reportedly met with swift police response and shut down the gathering before it could even take off. The event, organized by local Drake supporters, was meant to be a peaceful show of hometown pride during Kendrick Lamar's Grand National Tour stop at the Rogers Center in Toronto. The plan included blasting Drake's music, handing out free pizza and OVO hoodies, and celebrating Toronto's hip-hop scene. No drama, no tension, just vibes. Now, I have a good reason or idea, anyway, about why the Toronto police shut that event down. And if we look on the screen here and check this out, outside the concert and after the concert and before the concert, there were plenty of fans in the street celebrating Kendrick and SZA's performance, songs, etc. They were playing Not Like Us. They had Not Like Us freestyles going on, dance contests, and as you can see, it's a very, as Toronto and Canada is, very multi-ethnic, just hip-hop celebration going on, celebrating this fantastic moment in hip-hop as Kendrick Lamar and SZA just took over Toronto for the weekend. And shout out to the weekend, by the way, just because. But anyway, we also see that New Ho King restaurant, the now famous New Ho King restaurant, had an after party at the restaurant where they were offering first round of drinks on the restaurant. And as you can see on the screen, they were having a time. After both nights of the concerts, of the performances, they had an after party at that restaurant. Drake and Drake supporters and OV hoes, listen, it's over. You are now in a new place and space when it comes to your favorite artist's position, not only in hip hop, but in music in general. And another thing that tells me that is this reaction to this record that was released this weekend featuring Drake by one of his missing OVO artists, Smiley, who I haven't seen any records from in recent history, but he dropped this weekend. And as we look on the screen here, the numbers are very underwhelming. So the Drake stimulus package seems to be a thing of the past. Now, I said this in a video I did about the Party Next Door record and album, that it didn't do the numbers and it didn't do what it needed to do. It was an okay album, it wasn't bad, but everything sounds different. The music sounds different. The quality, though I don't think it's worse quality, I just think it sounds different because people are listening to Drake in a different manner and liked. The quality difference, the talent difference between he and Kendrick Lamar has been highlighted, and now it's like people can't unsee what they have been shown with the battle of 2024. The difference is just, it's just apparent now. It's alarming. It's out front, and everybody has made a decision, and they can see that Kendrick is just a better artist, and that Drake maybe was not as good of an artist as it seemed that he was. Now, in my opinion, this fall off was already happening before the battle, right? It was a case of him trying to release too much music, running out of people to help him with the music, right? Because I think the music industry in general is suffering from pushing untalented artists towards the top. And though Drake, who does have some talent, more talent than most of the other, like, you know, mumble rappers and things like that he's collabed with, still is the poster child for that movement, so to speak. And that, to me, that is what his era is defined by, is music that was pushed by the labels and by the industry, and that wasn't really gravitated to by the fans and the fan base. And I think, like I said, that's the thing that's really changing, which is why nothing will ever be the same for the OV hoes out there and for Drake and his career. And what has happened is the fans have spoken and kind of overpowered the direction that the industry wanted to go. And one thing that told me that I also saw over the weekend was this move by Spotify, where they have decided to remove the monthly listeners metric from the artist pages. Now, why would they do that? Why would Spotify remove monthly listeners? I don't know why I can't say the word monthly. It's giving me some trouble right now. But anyway, I think because what's starting to happen is, first of all, in the Drake lawsuit, him accusing them of fudging numbers, which he did drop. Okay, they're no longer in the lawsuit, so they're cleaning that up. But also, I think in cleaning that up, they would have to show that a lot of the artists that have been pushed in the past don't have as many followers and listeners as it seemed like they have through the Spotify and the other streaming platforms numbers. I think there's a lot of bots that has been going on. It's not new. Bots is not new. Bots has been being used for at least the past 10 years heavily when it comes to certain artists and just certain things on the internet in general. And we're going to see things like this start to happen, and it's going to dead this conversation of real hip hop and real musicianship and real musicians being a thing of the past. I discussed this a little bit in the Timberland video that I did about him creating an AI artist and AI record label and all that. Go check that video out if you haven't yet. The link will be in the description at the end of this video. But I think Drake has led this industry plant type era of bringing the quality of the music down so that it can be more controllable by the industry. It's hard to control creativity in artists because creativity and creative artists don't just grow on trees. And Kendrick Lamar has led a resurgence of that being at the forefront of hip hop and of music in general. That's all I have on this subject matter. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Hit that like button if you haven't hit that like button yet. Hit that subscribe button if you're not subscribed. Share this video. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Thank y'all for watching as always, and we out.